time on in the basement tonight. This is the Dave Swaffle Band. This song is about the ACC, y'all. Shook it down. We are bad basketball. Bobby Mountain was khakis all around the ball. Big like the orange ball. Alright, thanks guys. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go upstairs and get some dinner.
Welcome to Shutdown Basketball. We're reporting live from the ACC.
A veritable slam dunk of an episode. What we're going to do today is explain to you everything you need to know about the Atlantic Coast Conference.
First thing you need to know, where is it? It's on the East Coast, dotting metropolises all the way from Miami up to Pittsburgh and Greensboro.
Greensboro. Everything in the ACC comes back to Greensboro. In fact, everything in the ACC really comes back to basketball, even football. Wherever three basketball teams are engaged in competition, in a tournament, casual play, practice, or even sleeping under the same roof, it's technically the ACC.
Right. Even in a Home Depot where there's hardwood and there's a roof over it. All you need is just Gary Williams' tears to water that kernel of ACC and you've got yourself a tournament.
But what is the ACC good at besides basketball? Number one, they're great at lacrosse, bro.
They're also, you might know them better as the Ron Paul Conference. Just lots of little, small, private schools that the government doesn't pay any money for.
They're also known for having very large endowments, and we're really talking about the cash kind, unless you're talking about old Bud Foster's lunch pail. Finally, they're also known for being the full-service NCAA Scandal Conference. Remember, it's the only conference where your tutor can wreck your jet ski for you.
And with that, I believe I'm up.
Oh, a little bit of ACC golf here. Let's see. Swing away, Jason Kirk.
Four!
Also, we need to discuss weaknesses of the ACC.
Unfortunately, the weaknesses begin with football.
Winning football games.
Winning bowl games.
Not losing bowl games.
Getting to bowl games.
Taking the talent that they recruit, which is first rank and second only to the ACC, according to recruiting experts, and then doing anything with it besides winning 7 games.
Winning the ACC.
Yeah, they don't even do that right, because Wake Forest did it that one time.
You can't have that happen.
What the? Legends of the ACC include such notable names as
Charlie Ward, the greatest point guard of the New York Knicks in the 1990s.
2, Frank Beamer, because somebody needs to keep doing that whole be ranked 16th, go to a BCS Bowl anyway thing.
Jim Valvano! I don't even have a joke. Everybody loves Jim Valvano.
They do, they do. Number 4, Lawrence Taylor. You talk about closing a bar down. Lawrence Taylor actually did that by breaking them down with his bare hands. You didn't want to call the cops, it was just going to make him mad. And the Bowdens. Did you know that the Bowdens, single-handedly as a family, put in 3 head coaches into the ACC? Mike London is a Bowden. You didn't know that, and neither did Mike London until now. Bobby got some splaining to do.
We're trying to talk about ACC football, which means it's time to talk conference realignment.
And the state of North Carolina. The epicenter for the ACC, founding in 1953, included charter members UNC, NC State, Duke, Clemson, and Adlai Stevenson. Don't ask about that.
Also South Carolina, who couldn't hack it, had to run away to the SEC.
Left the ACC to go to the SEC. That's some South Carolina shit right there.
South Carolina shit. After South Carolina leaves, of course Georgia Tech comes in. They tried to hack it as an independent, and in the Metro Conference after leaving the SEC.
More like metrosexuals, them fancy guys with their math and their smarts and their triple option. They end up back in the ACC. Remember also, Florida State, longtime independent, also lands in the ACC. Changes the complexion of the conference, becomes a national power primarily because FSU is a national power.
After that, they took the whole football thing just a step further away from the basketball lineage, picking up Virginia Tech and Miami. Now they can have a conference championship game, just like the SEC.
And when this happened, lo, did we think the ACC was going to be a power conference for decades to come, which didn't happen because Miami imploded and Bobby Bowden got old and Florida State sort of got this decrepit thing going on.
But to save the day, here comes Matty Ice, Matt Ryan, go Falcons! Boston College joins up in 2005 and...
Yeah, that doesn't happen at all. So in order to save the conference and bring it back to a position of national prominence, they've recruited Pitt and Syracuse.
Oops.
Yeah. Really, there's only one possible theory behind this, that the ACC is the only conference which is moving progressively northward as population moves progressively southward.
Right.
So
somebody has to occupy all those buildings that are being abandoned as everyone realizes how much it sucks living up north. So the ACC just keeps going north. They're probably going to add Johns Hopkins, probably going to add Rutgers, whatever that is.
La Université de Montréal.
Right, where, you know, they speak the same language as Clemson does, whatever that is. Greenland, New Hampshire, on up to the North Pole, to the Aurora Borealis, through the Van Allen Belt, to the moon.
Just further and further north. Remember, when they're smiling on beachfront property in Nova Scotia, you know who will be laughing.
John Swafford.
I've heard his band's pretty.
Have you heard his latest album?
Yeah. I hear it's called Phoning It In with an Acoustic Guitar.
The bassist?
The bassist. It's time to learn a little bit about the unique, rich cultures that surround ACC fans.
Time for a safari through the rich tapestry that is the Atlantic Coast Conference. First thing you need to know about the generic, typical ACC fan, it's sort of a preemptively apologetic, Mid-Eastern white guy who talks about Directors' Cup standings a lot.
Yeah, also Rick Ross. Boss!
But let's get specific. Let's zoom in on particular fan bases. First up, the Miami Hurricanes fan. That's pretty much anybody who takes a picture of his dick and puts it on lockers.
Yeah, and then calls you gay for it. Georgia Tech fans, they have a special relationship to other ACC fan bases, mostly because they will accuse Mark Richt of already losing control of them halfway through the season. Mark Richt is not a coach of any ACC team. It's a special Georgia Tech thing.
Virginia Tech's really good at football and wrestling and no other sports whatsoever, and nobody knows why they're here.
Do you like telling people that ugly uniforms are really good for recruiting? Maryland football fan, come on down! And as for NC State fans,
we'll wake him up once Tom O'Brien's fired.
NC State football, it's still real to him, damn it!
The FSU fan, basically the Tea Party of the ACC, getting mad about the minorities at Duke and the immigrants at Syracuse taking all our jobs.
Virginia fans, really the conference's most representative fan base, because they're just a bunch of rich crackers making videos about lawn sports and fitteds, bro. UNC fans. UNC fans. Yeah.
UNC fans?
Yeah. They're like, imagine Kentucky fans if they didn't huff Freon. That's UNC fans. Huh. Clemson fans?
You have your Clemson fans, which they've been able to develop a SEC-worthy culture, despite rooting for a team that's somehow even more infuriating than South Carolina is.
That's true. Clemsoning. It's a verb, and it's a way of life. Finally, you also have your Duke, your Pitt, your Wake Forest,
Boston
and
College,
your Boston College, and your Syracuse
fans. And
they exist.
You have them, don't you?
You have, because we've lost them.
I don't. Wait, I hope they turn up somewhere.
They're probably all in that mecca of college football, New York City.
New York City.
Suck it, Rutgers. Suck it hard, 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 hard.
Suck it, Rutgers.
Believe it or not, Shutdown Fullback is going to talk some actual football content right now.
For the first time. What do you like about Virginia Tech?
Well, I like their offensive line, specifically David Wang.
Oh, come on. God damn it. Trying to do an actual show. And that.
We're trying to talk football here.
I also like the fact that this is the first college football team I can remember to start a giant sequoia as a quarterback. It's a big moment for human-plant relations. Logan Thomas simply falling forward 10 yards at a time. An unstoppable, impenetrable quarterback who will eventually end up as a handsome table.
Elsewhere in the alley-oop division, at number 2, we have Virginia. It's never a good sign when you have a lot of Virginia at the top. That usually means somebody's about to secede.
Also, we have Georgia Tech, remember? Probably going to score 47 points, probably going to give up 48, or vice versa. Never a boring team, but never really a consistently victorious team. Not that Paul Johnson really gives a shit.
UNC bringing in spread guru Larry Fedora, who's bringing his brand new hat to the ACC.
And then, remember, in this division, there's also Duke and Miami.
Duffed it.
Moving on.
On to the chest pass division, where we have, back baby, Florida State. Winning the chest pass and probably playing the title game in
Defensive line, that's what Florida State's got. Don't worry about anything else. They got a defensive line, everybody. National champs. Back for the 4th year in a row.
Clemson coming in second in the chest pass. They spend about $4 billion annually on offensive and defensive coordinators. Chad Morris and Brent Venables, the entire GDP of South Carolina goes to funding this effort.
Yes, remember, always an entertaining team to watch, both in success and in defeat, especially when Taj Boyd gets sad and begins his sorrowful grief eating.
Third in the division, NC State, guaranteed to win 7 games. I did not say 7 or more.
Exactly 7 games. And then finally, also in the division, Boston College and an empty slot where Maryland football used to be. You know what the virus and contagion is? Randy Edsel.
And that's it. That's all 11 teams of the ACC.
Who the hell are you?
I'm from Wake Forest. I'm a demon deacon, bro.
So basically a character who's overhyped and then actually gets into the fight and gets cut in half and ends up at about 500?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, well, that's the ACC.
All 12 members of the ACC.
Right there.
Ah!